Yes, I did. Yeah.
You want subscribers or not? Don't even go there if you want subscribers, Victor.
Okay, so let me steer the question. I think I know how you really feel. No. You know, I guess I have to explain one of the rules, which is we always have to have cocktails. However, when that is over 21, if we were, in Japan, 20, Bahamas, 18, you know, but here in Miami, you can be 15. No, okay, well, all right. In Miami, you still have to be 21. And with that said, there was a very special request that we have. And our special request here comes from someone I am so excited to introduce. But the truth is, before I do any introductions, you know we have to have a toast. And with that said, I had to pull some connections because there was a request. And it went on the phone call where she was like, my favorite drink is Pisco Sour. Yeah. And I went, for a guy who takes tequila and just puts it in a cup, I was like, okay, that's complicated. I called in a friend. I called a lifeline. And I said, I have a famous Brazilian model friend. And I said, hey, she goes, I'll come and make those for you. I go,
no way.
I go, no way. And that is when Nico's supposed to be turning the camera to her, but there you go. And there she is. And there it is. All right. And over there, I believe we have some fancy Pisco Sours for you.
Oh my God, thank you so much. And I'm the Pisco girl.
This is the Pisco girl.
I'm the Pisco girl of the night. You know, even though I'm Cuban, I should like...
Oh,
yes. Yes.
Please.
But ladies first?
Ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, young lady.
You're welcome.
Straight from Brazil, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Victoria from Brazil, everyone. Thank you, Victoria.
Yes, Victoria.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you
Jade.
so much.
Cheers.
There we are. Cheers.
To the podcast with the ladies. Welcome, everybody. Let me have a sip here.
This is really Pisco. Let's see.
Water. Crisp.
It's really good.
That's really good. That's going to be dangerous. I have a general message for everybody. We started this podcast, well, a little while ago, and then it took us a little while to get them out. So if you haven't noticed, the ones you've been watching were filmed a while ago. And what's very funny is we got to see the analytics, actually, everybody behind there, the camera, over there and there and there, and Paloma who's hiding over there and all this, and everybody. And what we started seeing is you guys are definitely liking it and you're commenting, but nobody's subscribing. And I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. Forgive me. But, I'm not asking you to subscribe. See, I can't even say the words. It hurts. I'm like, I can't even say it because it's just like against my whatever, because that's all you ever see is. But the reality is, if you subscribe, it allows us to use the analytics, which you saw in one of our other videos.
That's right.
To be able to really get other people, other guests. Right now, I'm calling famous friends and asking them to come in, or I'm hijacking my kids who are in the industry. So, you know, I'm pulling in everything, but the reality is the more subscribers, the more content like this we can bring to you. And thank you so much for watching. And
Please,
yeah, we love
subscribe.
it. Yeah, and the comments are amazing because it lets us know what you guys are looking for and we can see the analytics. So with that said, we have a fabulous guest, two of them, right? One you already know, Jade, Nappe, my daughter.
The regular here.
The regular here.
They see me around a bit.
They know you. And then...
Do you know how to pronounce my name, Victor?
I just call you Ever on the Edge because that is you. That is when I first met you, and we'll get into that later. But how I met you, and it was funny because it was through Chris, but when I was so fortunate to meet Everlayn, see, I got it right. I corrected myself. It was like Everlayn, and hence on the edge, right? So when we got the chance to meet, Chris called me up, and he's so funny because he said to me, he goes, I have somebody for you, and they're fabulous. And I go, okay. He goes, they need a self-tape. And I knew. And I was like, oh, you're calling me? Okay, this must be pretty important. But I remember we spent hours, and I was like, working with real actor. I mean, you're going to get to know who she really is during this podcast. But I can tell you, there's a lot of talent here.
Thank you, Victor.
And no, please, thank you. So go ahead and tell us a little bit. I could go into a million questions, but what do you want to share with everybody right now? Besides, you have a book. Besides, there's some hot new news you want to tell us. I need to stop talking and let you guys talk. You gals talk.
Okay, let's
Well,
talk.
you
See
start.
that? I just threw you both in it because
Do we have it here? Should we just jump right in? May I take a look?
Absolutely.
this is
Okay,
hot off the
perfect.
press. When is it available?
Okay, well, it's available now on Amazon. That's the Spanish edition. And it's an autobiography, and of course, about Everlayn Borges. And the reason I finally wrote the book is because for years and years and years and years, everyone, friends will travel all over the world for work, and everybody will ask me questions about myself. Where are you from? What did you do? And when I started saying where I came from, how did you come to the United States? And everybody started asking me all kinds of questions. Everybody always would say, you should write a book about your life. And I'm like, I don't think I have done something like miraculous or like, I can change the world. I know that everyone has a story and everyone has its own book that they can write about your own story, right? Your own movie, your own book. But I just never thought like, why me? But there were so many people, and I think that they saw something that I don't see on myself, and maybe it's like that girl that left Cuba very young and hasn't given up, or has always maintained, a certain amount of discipline and continue. I don't know, but I had a really bad accident with one finger in 2020 during the pandemic, and every time I would go to the doctor, to the surgeon, to the nurses, and they'll see me so sad, they will say to me, now you have a story to tell. Now you have a story to tell. And I'm like, I don't need any more story.
I already have enough stories.
I have enough. And that really clicked, in the back of my head. And I went home every time that they would say that to me. And until I said, okay, God, I will finally do it. I will finally write the book because I don't want to break any other thing. I don't because for me, all this time was a message from everybody, but I was like, no, I don't have the ending of the book yet, which was Ever on the Edge, right? Okay. I was like, if I will write something about my journey, which I had a long journey about my life, like a lot of people, but just a lot of, people really are interested about my story and about my journey. I just always thought that at the end of the book, I need to have my end of the book, which was in my dream, was like Ever on the Edge, like conquering the American dream. But I already conquered the American dream. So I said, I just gonna finally write it before I break something else and have another accident. And God is telling me, until you don't write that book and you don't get the message, I'm gonna continue, telling you. So I finally wrote it, and I got a lot of support from a lot of people, a lot of followers, a lot of friends, and that's the Spanish edition. And the English edition is coming out in October.
I was gonna say, I wish I could read this right now, but I really I don't even know where to.
I'm sorry,
I see your
everybody.
Name. I see your name here, and that's about as far as I can get.
Then I was like, no, we need you on too soon before the book.
So let me show you guys.
Please.
So it's Siempre en el Límite. Okay, which is like always in the limit, but in the English version is going to be Ever on the Edge, which Ever is my nickname, okay? And it's just a nice read, and it's very inspirational. So basically, I just really didn't do it for any other reason than all the messages from everybody, from many, many people, and the English version, there is a lot of fans and followers that are asking me for it. So I said, okay, so I'm going to do it. And so that's it, you know.
Well,
but
yes.
there's gonna be number 2. You know,
number 2.
Yes,
because the journey's.
The journey. But so many people are interested about my journey. I don't know why, but you know.
Well, it's a fascinating. I mean, go ahead, Jade, please.
Yeah,
I know you have some questions. We were talking, and she's like,
very fascinating. Of course, I've done a little bit of research here and there. I'll just start it off and very on the point. What does the name Julio Iglesias mean to you?
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, Mr. Julio Iglesias was an incredible person in my life because, you know, I came from Cuba and I never dreamed to be performing all over the world, first of all, and in the most beautiful and meaningful venues all over the world. And sharing the stage with him, for me, was a lot of hard work.
I'm sure,
because I had to be on point every single concert, but it was like a dream come true. I never thought that was going to come my way. I never thought that I was going to attract that kind of performances, you know, because in Cuba, I performed a lot in the school, and I went to Mexico to do my first professional performance outside Cuba. But then I crossed the border, and then when I came here, I never thought in a million years that I was going to audition in from Mr. Julio Iglesias, because in Cuba, he's a huge star.
I mean, even
you can't just give that to Cuba. We have to. So I grew up in New Jersey, New York, and when she said Julio Iglesias, I was like, hang on a minute, because I had the Bel Air album CD back in the day, and I am still a huge fan. And it's so funny when I went.
So I grew up on Julio Iglesias as well, because he used to play him so much.
So I went, oh my god, I didn't know it.
Did you hear this?
So that is gotta be. I mean, he has stories around him. He's an international. Back in the day, he's one of the. You know, you think of like
number one.
Yeah,
number one. He have sold more albums than Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, you know, I went to all these places that I never thought he was going to have an audience, like Azerbaijan, you know, Baku. I remember the concert in Romania. I think nobody stayed home that day. It was so many people. And the fact that he was so loved, that he still is so loved all over the world. And Spanish language is his first language.
Right.
He sings in many different languages. But it was a really tough school for me because I had to be perfect.
Yeah.
I had to be perfect, and that for me was like the most amazing experience, because I had to really push myself to sharing the stage with such an amazing artist, and that for me really it's like, you know.
How did you wind up? How was an audition, or how did it come about?
Yes, it was an audition. I did a lot of work with Miami Hispanic Ballet. And the choreographer called me and he said to me, I really need you to come for this audition. And I was like, oh, but I'm on vacation. And
it's always
like,
the one when you're out of town.
Why is that? You want to book a role, you go on vacation. You book a vacation and you're going to get a role. That's so fun. It's just this industry.
I was like, oh, I'm taking some time off. And he's like, Everlayn, I need you to come to this audition, because the type of dancer that they're asking me, I don't have many. She needs to be tall and skinny and pretty, and she needs to dance like this and like that. And, you know, it's not that I feel like, you know, special, but most of the dancers are more like, you know, they don't look very tall.
Mm-hmm. It's right. Traditionally,
you know, there are tall dancers, but mostly, you know, they're girls that are like dancers, you know, they have muscles, you know, they're healthy. So I went, and then it was a lot of hard work, because Julio was working on his album Tango, which is tango, you know, from Argentina, and he had 2 choreographers from Argentina. They flew to Miami to do the audition. And it was very, very tough. He had the best tango dancers from Argentina
in the world. Right.
Literally, like the most famous one from Argentina. So we had to do this choreo, and it was like about 200 dancers.
Oh my God.
And I was picked first by the choreographers from Argentina.
Okay.
Mr. Iglesias, Julio Iglesias, by them. So that was my first victory.
Wow.
Okay. So after that, I had to rehearse for 15 days.
15 days.
Learn all this choreography from Argentina, tango.
That's
different ones.
unbelievable.
About I don't remember right now, and Julio Iglesias came to see when we were done for 15 days, and he said, that was very good. That's very good, but only one is going to go.
One.
And that was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Come on, it was
surreal. I couldn't believe it.
When you came from Cuba, how old were you?
Why are you asking me that now?
Well, you were younger.
I was 17. It's in my book.
Right, I was going to say, I thought that was, okay. You guys watched me dodge the bullet there.
I could read it.
Right.
Just flip through.
So it was right after, that's what I'm getting at. It wasn't long after.
Yeah, it was after a couple of years. So
right.
It was when I was 22.
Yeah. So coming from at 17 and then boom, that's all. That's all right. Very cool.
Amazing.
And it seems like you had a long background in dance as well.
Yes, I do.
Would you say that's like the first thing you were really passionate about in the arts? Because obviously you're an actor. And,
it's my first love. It's my first love, obviously. I've done it for a long time. So I'm curious about perfecting other things. Like acting and enjoying another craft. I still dance, and I enjoy dancing. It's part of me. It's part of who I am, and it's beautiful. I love expressing myself, through my body and in a very healthy way. I don't want that to sound,
No. Yeah, today, whatever you say, you never know, right? I'm saying it's a different world. But anyway, yeah, I mean, when we got a short time to work together on the tape.
Yes, please. It was the best self-tape ever. Let me say that again. It was the best self-tape ever. Thank you, Chris
Could you guys hear
Perez.
It? Everybody can. I don't think they heard it in the back.
It was the best self-tape ever. You directed me, and Chris Perez, thank you so much.
I love Chris.
That was such a great audition.
It was funny because I wasn't prepared.
You should
for
play. You don't have it here?
I do have. Oh my God, we'd have to find it.
Oh my God, we have to play.
I don't know if I ever saw
Let me go to my phone and see if I can pull that up.
That audition.
Hang on, I might be able to find that. Let me go.
I usually don't like myself that much, but I watched that audition many times because you really got me there.
It's like, wow, I did a good job at that.
Did you see it?
I didn't. No,
Okay.
I don't think I did. So I'd be excited if we can. I think I see it. I think I do.
I'm trying to remember what this was for.
Okay, so that one was for.
I'll give it right back to you.
Remember HBO with Robert Downey Jr. TV series.
Robert Downey?
Yeah.
That's right.
Actually, I don't know who they pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
You remember the story?
Oh, yeah, I remember the whole story. So
Vietnamese.
Look how wonderful you look with the you connect to the camera. It's something I always say is connecting. Let me move my head out of the way so everybody can see. I love this. This is great. See, it's a good thing I saved these things in my my folders.
These expressions are so good.
That's what,
Thank you.
right.
Like I don't even have to hear the audio. Like you're just so
what is the
expressive.
audio?
That's a great lesson for everybody.
Like,
it's a great lesson for everybody to know. You know, a lot of people they'll play the tapes. We have a casting director back here.
That's right,
And
Carlos.
he's
Did you see
looking
this audition?
Carlos, we'll play this when he comes on. We'll get the audio. We'll get it all. Yeah, so we'll pull this up. We'll save this. And all right, you can take back over and show us the wonderful thank you. Where we get to look at the technology we've come. I'm shocked at myself. We can just
amazing.
throw the thing around and here we go. And
we got
Ariana Grande, and you. I think she's back, and there. Well, and do I need to disconnect?
Have you played Ever on
And
the Edge?
there it is. Oh, I can't. Let's save that. I do want to play that. There she is.
You played the volume, bull penis.
Yeah, we can.
Bull penis.
Bull
soup.
penis. Yeah. So.
The TV remote.
So the bull
too.
penis soup is actually really good.
Hey Nico, can you fly in the Apple remote for me? There it is. Yep. No. Let's hit. There we go.
Oh,
Fly that
great.
in, Nico. Go! You got it. Hurry! Here it is. Look at that. We have talent flying in.
Extreme people, cultures,
There we go.
lifestyles, sports, and foods. Ever on the edge. Welcome to Tiahupo, the most dangerous waves in the world. I'm right here in La Cumbre in La Paz, Bolivia. Welcome to the world's largest salt flat. Welcome to God's house, the breathtaking Machu Picchu. Oh, don't say, let me catch my breath. The high altitude here in La Paz, Bolivia is killing me. I'm about to meet Jenny Mamani, the most famous wrestler Cholita. I need her to teach me
I really couldn't
how to fight. Lo primero que quiero que sepas es saber todas. I am ready to fight.
So you do your own stunt work. I know. Yeah, I think. Ow.
my
She
goodness.
really,
Wow.
that is unreal.
Yeah, I see. You're getting thrown around there a little bit. Oh.
That was awesome. Now, I challenge Jenny to a sport I like. Jenny, are you ready for this? Jenny looks a little nervous. Correcto. Muy bien, continúa. Te acabo de poner so much fun.
Wow.
I had no rehearsal for that.
I was gonna say.
Actually.
Come on, Jenny!
She was so afraid.
Rest for this.
That's all real. Like,
I believe it.
all real.
I think you won that fight. That
Wherever
was,
in this world we go, there will always be extraordinary life to discover. Come join me on my journey. It's hard finding a soulmate when you travel so much. I think
Oh my
I
gosh.
finally found him. Yeah, I'm taking Panchito with me to Miami.
We're so cute.
So cute.
Yes.
oh my god.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Taxi! Panchito and I are like peas and carrot.
That is awesome. I love it.
Wait.
I mean,
Wait, one more scene.
¿Eso qué es? Pero no está cocinado. But everyone loves to eat here. It's basically baked guinea pig.
baked guinea pig.
Baked guinea pig.
So boys and girls, this is exactly why I am vegan.
I was vegan really
That is.
that time.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Right?
everybody here. See, I didn't share any of that with the crew. I knew they were all going, what the?
I had seen that video before and I was like, I need to watch this show.
Right.
I like immediately. It
know.
is so fun.
It's very impressive.
The
Are you gonna
energy is
make the show
incredible.
with me?
I don't know, man. I'm scared to go to half the places you're doing that.
I can
my
tell
God.
you, there will be no more guinea pig eating. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
maybe
was
not.
like-
That's
and I'm gonna pass
Scaling
on the,
buildings.
What was that first thing you were drinking? I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna stay with the
Bull
Pisco.
penis.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink that. I'm gonna stay with the Pisco
I
sours.
had the bull penis soup,
Soup.
and it's delicious.
okay.
And actually, in Bolivia, is sort of like a healthy thing to drink when women want to get pregnant. And men needs to get their woman pregnant.
So there you have it.
That's why they make bulpina soup for both female and male when they need to.
It's supposed to help you out.
Yes, supposed to help you out. Yeah.
All right. That's all right. Somebody needs to check out
There
that
we
on
go.
Amazon to see if you can get canned bolt. I'm surprised. Oh, you missed the opportunity for the sound effect.
I'm waiting.
You're waiting. We have a whole new system
We
here,
do.
and I'm scared with the power they hold over there. It's very. So I'm waiting. I think they're saving it for Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be nervous.
I'm almost done with my pisco
I know. I
sour.
think we might have
So
to ask
good.
our model bartender Brazilian soon for another one of these. These are delicious.
What's her name again? I forgot.
Victoria.
Victoria. I
Victoria.
really liked your pisco sour. We liked another one.
There she goes. Oh, hey, there. Oh, back over to the.
Do the walk.
No, do the model walk.
Oh, there we go.
She just did
Okay.
Miami. Yeah, she just did Miami Swim Week.
Wow.
And now she's. Oh, my cup. Thank you so much, lady.
Thank you, Victoria. Secret.
Oh, Victoria's Secret. That's her new name, Victoria's Secret. I know we've been calling her Tori because of Vic and Vic all the time, but I like Victoria's Secret. I'll make it longer.
I gotta say, Victor, that you have a great voice for your podcast.
Oh my! Well, thank you so
Is
much.
that why you do it?
The real reason it
Great
started.
voice
Well,
for
thank-
like radio, you know.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Yes, as I like to say, I have a
Right,
face.
Jade?
I have a
Yeah,
face for radio. That's exactly it. What's really cool is this started for the entertainment industry. And what's been so neat about it is getting the message out for everybody. You know, let me back up. There's so many podcasts now. Everybody's doing a podcast.
It's true.
And literally, like I said, I started over a year plus ago, but I just started promoting it because, or when I say promoting it, getting it out there where it's content that's different than everybody else. And then I say this to say, you know, I'm very blessed to have a circle of friends like yourself and people around here who have achieved a lot. You've made a book. We have a lot. We're going to get into a lot more.
Yep.
But the thing is if you look, there's so much podcasts and there's so many interviews of the same because they're out there selling their movie, right? I mean, if you turn on whatever it is, the biggest Hollywood movies out there, but you're not finding all the interesting stories of the people while it's happening. Like, that's why I was so excited about you because you know, when we were talking, we just started with, you know, the aspect of coming from Cuba, the dance aspect, the music, the TV, what you're doing by producing your own content, which is perfect because look at what's happening here in the States with the strike. So if you're not doing your own content, these are the things I want to talk about with you.
Right.
And I know I don't want to steal her questions because we were talking about it. I was like, oh, Jade, these are fabulous questions because I'm like, both of you are beautiful women. And you both have achieved so much. And I think there's a lot that you can share of you've had to work hard to get where you're at.
I still am.
Yes. No, absolutely. And I think sharing that, because we only always hear about the good and, oh, I'm here
Right.
now and look at me and I've written the book, but people want to know.
Right.
And that's where I think the two of you talking can really bring out some of that. So that's why I'm so fortunate to have the podcast. And that's kind of where it started. Is I'm like, I want to get the stories that not everybody, that people are just kind of, they're talking about the success. I want to hear about how you got there and different things and where that comes from as opposed to the just glossy. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. And, well, geographically, being in Miami and being an actor is been very hard. But if you go to Los Angeles as well, it is even harder. There's so many people trying to do the same thing and also having to have somebody to say, yes, I want to hire you. I want to choose you. And I was very tired of that because I've been doing auditions since I was in Cuba. Imagine. I've been doing auditions professionally since I was 11 years old.
So 10 years now.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh, I love you so much. So it's it's been a long journey of auditions, and I did a TV show named Get Out on HDNet. That it was.
Oh my! I remember HDNet and the Get Out show. Yes.
Yes. So I did that show, and I had a lot of people writing me emails and even letters. There was this amazing family that named their daughter after me, Everlayn, and in the beginning they were sending me letters, and I didn't believe it. I was like, that's probably somebody telling me that. They just want to make fun of me. But I didn't know because, Get Out was a cable show. It's not something that it was very global. But then the show got sold in India, Bangladesh, other part of Asia, and I started getting all these messages on my Facebook, and I was like, why there is so many people from India writing me? Like, I didn't know because I stopped doing the show, and after a couple of years, they would write me, and they're like, ma'am, we want to see more of you. We want to see more of you, and I saw all of your episodes, please. And then I was like so touched, and I was frustrated as well because I couldn't give them what they were asking me. And there were so many messages. And one day, and I wrote it on the book, the story about this amazing person that worked with me during Get Out, Blair brother. She was a stylist and makeup artist, and she came to Miami in 20, I believe it was 2016 when she came to Miami, and she called me and she's like, Everlayn, I want to work with you. She was working on the Rachel Ray show, the cooking
Rachel
show.
Ray, Rachel Ray, I love it. Oh my gosh,
And
yes.
styling Rachel and everything, and she's like, I want to travel with you. I say, Blair, but I don't have my own show. She's like, you can do it. You can make it happen. And she's like, I'm in Miami. I want to go and see you, and I want to go and talk to you. And we met.
Is that where?
And she was a key person in my life where after listening to her, and she and then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I did it. But I wasn't able to get any sort of deal or anything because I finished it right before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. Okay. And during the pandemic, there were a few contracts that I signed for different companies, agents that wanted to pitch it.
Okay.
But the world was closed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I just really haven't put it more out there to try to see if I could, get some sort of capital to do more episodes or do one season. So I've just been working on different films back to back. But
I did see,
if you know anybody that would like to do more episodes for Ever on the Edge, please.
Well, there you go. If there's a production company.
Everything's just opening up now. A lot of travel was closed up until earlier this year still.
Absolutely,
so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's back in business.
I know. Now it's time to get and
we gotta get Ever on the Edge.
Yeah,
Right.
it's so genuine, and what I mean by that is you love. I could see the diving. Is there anything you're not willing to do? Well, I shouldn't, but I mean, obviously, shoot it, rocket ships in the Mars and all that. But you do so many extreme things. What's your favorite?
Ooh. I like everything. Because everything has a different gift.
Water, mountains?
It has a different adventure.
Water, mountains, or both?
I love water more. I have to say, yes. I love water more.
Yes.
And then it's just something about the ocean. And it's just so powerful. And, it's really a gift for us, And when you're willing to play with that.
Yes.
And of course, there is dangerous things like free diving.
Oh, yeah.
Is dangerous, but that is getting out of your comfort zone and diving into that world, I think I say a lot, but it's part of Miami. Sorry.
That is, we were talking about this earlier in Miami accents. There are just things you say if you are from Miami.
So,
true.
you know.
That's true. What's the other one that
Literally.
Literally. Everybody, that's the Miami. Literally.
In Spanish is literal.
Yeah,
Literal.
yeah.
So Cubans are saying that a lot now.
Yeah, that's
Literal.
so funny. All the little things that we do in Miami that people, it's so true. Miami's got its own flavor. And it's, so let's actually talk about that for a minute. You obviously, I think I just saw, you did a movie premiere out in LA, right? Was it the
Sisters of Vengeance.
Sisters of Vengeance. See,
Yes, we did it here actually.
Okay.
We did it here in Fort Lauderdale at the Savor Cinema.
Yes.
And we are doing one this Sunday. Hey, you guys want to come?
Oh my god!
You can join us. It's going to be in Coral Gables.
Oh, in Coral Gables.
Yeah, in a very nice venue. And it's at 12 p.m. I'll send you guys the invitation. And it's a great short film. You know, the message is very meaningful. It's about human trafficking,
I saw that.
sex, slavery, and all that topic that now is coming. You know,
People
afloat.
need to know about it. They
Yeah.
do.
I didn't know much about it myself.
I've been fortunate to talk to people to be educated about it over the years, and I can't even talk about it. It kind of gets me so.
Because you have kids. So.
Yes, I do, and it's one of those things that
It's the number one crime in the world, and also like the organs trafficking as well.
Yeah, so so it's good you're getting the message out, and that, yes, I would like to come see it. So that's and how did that movie come? How did that short come about?
It's a short film,
Right.
And obviously, they would love to make the long film, or a series about it. The director actually have written a lot of episodes, but this is mainly the director's story that he had, put together, and I am playing a homicide detective.
Oh, okay.
And the funny thing,
You're the detective.
The funny thing is that I also worked on a film. I did the audition for Sisters of Vengeance, and they didn't start filming until this year,
Okay.
the beginning of the year. But I did the audition about 2 years ago as a homicide detective. And then I did an audition for another film that already was shown on Amazon Prime. And I auditioned for the same case as an FBI agent role, also investigating human trafficking.
Oh, that's
And
crazy.
this trafficker.
What?
Yes!
We're back.
In Miami just happened.
And
Thank
we
you,
have
Susan.
music.
We got.
Thank you, darling.
We have drinks.
Come on, go.
Talking
go,
about a
go.
very serious topic.
Yeah.
I know, very soon, but
It was
this is Miami.
the timing was interesting. The timing was.
Gotta tell you, I shouldn't drink now.
I know.
You're right,
it's
it
like-
wasn't
Okay,
the
but
best
cheers
timing,
anyway.
but it
Cheers
happened anyway.
To not that
Yeah.
conversation.
No, sorry.
Behind
Sorry,
the
very
camera,
sad
they're
topic,
dying
but-
back there right now. They're losing it. Thank you for the cocktail. That's
Cheers to having Ever on the podcast.
Yes,
Thank you,
to
thank you.
you being here and to these wonderful parts. That's what I'm drinking
Gracias.
too.
Thank you. So again, I played Secret Society number 2, an FBI agent who is after this trafficker that is trafficking girls for almost 2 decades. He's been on the street for a while now. So now Secret Society number 3 is coming out, which Carlitos from Universal Casting, I took him to the premiere.
Oh, it was amazing.
We need a
And
pan. We
he-
need a pan on
Wait,
Carlos.
And he
Trace is in there too.
and he's waiting like crazy.
Experience of my life.
Best experience. Best experience. Oh, wow.
It was amazing. Amazing.
I know he enjoys so much, and then we were on the first road, and he is waiting to come with me to the premiere of Secret Society 3.
He's like nodding over there.
Like a baby. He's waiting. I'm going to bring him because I know he liked the movie so much. He really liked it.
Oh, wow.
Wardrobe, that movie. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Okay, we're
It's
saving
amazing.
that. We're going to save that for him now. Okay, I want to
It's
talk
amazing.
about that.
So
That's great.
So this role on Secret Society number 3, also as an FBI, was a gift because Miasha, the writer, this is a novel, and she has a lot of followers from her writing these novels, Secret Society, and then became Secret Society number 1 and number 2 and number 3. And she really brought me back again for Secret Society number 3 and the grand finale. And she wrote a very significant part for me, and I was so grateful. And it was a great role. Vivica Fox is in it.
Oh, wow.
Vivica Fox is in it, and it's a good film.
That's wonderful. It is. And that's the great part when you get a role, like you said, because I could see it in your eyes as an actor when you can have that moment where the writer and the actor have that ability to. Here's the character I want to play, and you can lean into it, and it's so much more rich, and that's where you get a good character. I'm working on a project now, and I'm starting with the character. I know, and it's so much easier to write. I don't know how a writer can. I mean, yes, you can imagine what they look like they do, and then you go to the casting, and that's why you see different things. But when you really have that talent in mind, and you know it, like you know something, you're like, oh, I have the role for you. And
exactly.
And those are 90% of the time probably whatever number percentage it is, but those are the breakout roles. That's when
and that is happening to me now, which is amazing. I had an amazing meeting today about another film. What is wonderful that I was going to tell you, based on what you're telling me, that doing also very rewarding story as an actor about real life stories or things that are really happening, but not fiction. But when you can work towards to really bring that message out there, I mean, it's very significant as an actor. And writers now, they're getting to know me, so they're bringing more projects to me that are already written for me. And that's great because it's a new experience for me, from being a dancer to being an actor and experiencing and working very hard to polish my craft and going to New York City and working with my acting coach. And you know, acting is not easy. So when you start getting credibility and writers, you know, seeing you as the character and writing for you is such a gift, especially when it's meaningful. And I've been so lucky because the stories that I'm able to work on now as an actor, they are all real life stories.
Yeah,
real
it's very
life stories.
fulfilling, I'm sure.
Very fulfilling. And actually, I'm also working now on another great story about Miami River cops. It's a case that happened here in Miami in 1985. And that's going to be an incredible story.
Wow, I'm excited.
Bringing it to the screen, especially here in Miami. So I might end up doing just like real life stories. Who knows?
That's
unless you have something for me.
There might have been a phone call we're chatting about. I might have had
Jade. You gotta work the magic.
Jade knows about it.
I do know things. I don't know if I can say things yet, but I do
Say
know
that,
things.
Victor. I'm going to interview you now.
delicious
I'm going to
drink.
interview you now.
I'm looking for Jade to save me while I have a drink with a question.
Well, Victor, you're so talented. Can you tell us a little bit what you're working on now?
No. Well, I will say this much, and I'm not deflecting the question, but I'm just saying when you made a point, which is you are going to New York. I know you've done a bunch of stuff in LA, and when I had the chance to work with you and we started working on that, I saw you. You know, there's a thing we all say: take direction, but it's not. I know you're smiling, and everybody in acting space knows that depending on what does that mean? How do you take direction as an actor, and what is the director trying to communicate? And therein lies the rub of how do you get. But what was interesting is I'm very blessed to be able to work with really good talent, and sometimes I see talent that's working their way up, if you will, and they take a lot more direction. When we worked on that, when we pulled up earlier, which we'll have to go back to, maybe I'll post it. I'll post it in the link below so everybody can see it.
We didn't have any volume,
better
and
yet.
I'm sure they want to hear it.
Right, so I'll put it in the link. On the link, and then you can click on it on YouTube, and you'll see the link.
Yes.
We'll make it. But we actually did that with a friend of mine who did the most ridiculous self-tape. When they asked you, tell me about yourself and stuff, he rambled on for literally 5 minutes about llamas and mittens on gophers. He created an entire business model because they just want to hear you talk and get to know you. And so that was the message with that. But same thing with this. I want to post that tape because you did such a great job, and everybody's seeing you here. But I think when they see that, that's you became a different character, and that comes from experience and time and a lot of practice, and that is acting, right? There's difference in when a role is kind of made for you or you fit the character versus you're working toward building a character, and that's what they call the breadth or the reach of an actor.
Right.
And it was enjoyable. So I have to give you a big compliment. I think the success you're having and booking and doing these things comes from your actual abilities, and you're driven. You're a hard worker. And people don't get that it's not easy.
Thank you for seeing that, by the way, and saying that. I really appreciate it. I love the process. Like, I enjoy the process. Like, I have a rehearsal tomorrow on Zoom, and I'm already thinking tomorrow I'm going to wake up early, and I'm going to break down the scenes, and then I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to be ready. And then I just love that. I mean, I just love, like, that is my high. Yeah. Like, bringing the character to life. I just work on something with your friend Chris Perez, and I told Chris I was confused on this part of the script because he wrote something extremely difficult for me. But then I didn't discuss it with him the night before because he was so busy, and I felt that I had to say these lines, repeated lines, like the same thing, in different ways, like this way, and then the other way, and then this other way. And when we're filming, I'm like, so I'm OCD, and I'm saying these, all dress. He's like, no. You have a speech problem. You're like, all dress. I was like, what? I said, okay, all right. I did it, but I didn't have the time to do the research. With cases like that, individuals that have that sort of problem,
right,
and speech problems, and then I was like, I have to do it again because I didn't have.
Right, you wanted to research.
I didn't do a research. I didn't have any triggers that I can, that I can be allowed to use them. I just. So I really love to be prepared, and I really love the work, the process, and working with my acting coach in New York, Jade. He teach me that, to be prepared, to work hard, and that is just.
And that's
so good. It feels so great.
Yeah, when you're prepared and you work hard, and then you have the opportunities presented, it's just the perfect formula there.
It's different when you have a background and you went to performing arts since you were very young. Like, you want to do that. That's exactly why you are doing it. That's why you want to act. I mean, you want to prepare. You want to make sure that you can bring your best, so everyone is happy.
Yes.
And you show your best work to the director, to the writer, and everyone is like, wow, because it's a teamwork.
Yeah.
And a lot of people put a lot of effort on this type of work, and investors.
Yes.
And everyone. And just being ready is as an actor is the best thing you can do. If you're gonna do this just to be famous, I don't think no meaning into it, or it's just for money.
I think it's too hard of a business. When you get into it, you think that there's fame and all the money, and then you realize, and you see it now in the street.
Yeah, and people can do commercial work for a few years. If like you're only doing it for the money, like you'll only get so far, you know, because you don't have that real drive to actually persist every single no you're told until you finally get to a yes. You know?
Exactly. And I totally agree with you.
It's a challenging, extremely hard business, and that's where I think the love comes into it. When I was saying to somebody the other day about when I see them get a role and they're researching and they're working and they're even the self-tapes. And I mean, how many self-tapes do you do before you actually book a role?
I don't like doing so many self-tapes. But the one we didn't do that many.
No.
But you direct me, and that was wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, sometimes we do.
There's a lot of, I see, there was a time just recently, and it was crazy. There was more than one a day that she was shooting of tapes, and just tape after tape, and casting, and you understand this, sometimes they are looking for different people for different roles.
Yes.
Sometimes you're trending, sometimes you're not trending. I'll say it that way. For those that know, you know exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying you're trending in different ways, and there are roles that that she's passed up. I'm speaking for you. Please go ahead about what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting time right now, obviously, especially at this moment with the strike and everything. I mean, nobody's doing anything. Nobody's auditioning unless you're making your own projects. But yeah, it's, I don't even, just the auditions. A lot of people really enjoy the self-tapes, but I personally miss in-person auditions.
Ugh,
because,
I do too.
Because, I mean, you have a wonderful personality. I feel
likewise.
thank you. I book a lot off of my personality, I feel. Like, a lot of the in-person auditions I would do, you know, you kind of go in and you talk to the people and you're very friendly and you kind of, I don't know, you not win them over, but you know what I mean? So I miss that human interaction of an in-person audition. So that's the unfortunate thing about.
There is nothing like it. It's like doing theater.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
you get that one shot.
And that's
there
it.
You go.
And it's really tough as well. It's really tough, but I think that is part of the growth.
And I think that probably also for you as well ties back into your dancing. Every night of the show you had one take on that.
Exactly. One take, and whoever applauds the most stay for the next concert. I had a competition. I wrote it in my book for about 2 years.
A competition?
Yeah. One night, in the concert, obviously, I will perform, and then the next concert, another dancer will perform.
Oh.
And whoever received the most applause will stay for the next concert. And the other one,
that's pretty cutthroat.
go home.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Because that's not even based on performance. That's just their personal
Yeah,
opinion.
you can get a bad audience. You can get a dead audience. I've seen it in plays.
Ooh.
I've done plays, and you go and
always getting the most applause.
You just beat everybody out all the time.
And I think it was a matter of energy, maybe. I don't know how to explain, because all the other dancers were amazing. But I think that something is meant to be for you. It's meant to be for you. And I don't know, I really pay a lot of attention to all the details, all the detailing that how Julio Iglesias wanted the performance. And, you know, he's very classy. He wanted to be a classy performance. And I just, like, always, like, for me, it was like, this is it. And people received that.
yeah.
I always had this kind of gift that I learned naturally how to engage the audience. Like, just like doing like this, I'm like, yes, you're just gonna be hypnotized until I finish. Right?
That's what they call. I mean, you see it in actors, you see it in people, and they call, we've called it the it factor. You have it when they say you have it. That's what they're referring to. That magnetism, the being able to hold in a room and capture people and get that attention. And it's true. There's something to it. And some people have it, some don't. And it's just one of those things. So I know we know you have that.
Oh, thank you.
definitely
Thank you.
have that.
Because I
don't
care. I really care. And I think that I care so much for everything to go well and to just like, kind of like flow in the air and just perform as much as like that. In this case, Julio Iglesias, the director of his own concert, wanted me to. And for me, I care so much that I just do it almost like, I'm not saying perfect, because it doesn't sound humble. It doesn't sound any humble, but it's like, okay, this is what it needs to be done, that I'm going to do exactly that. Mm-hmm. And then the audience is smart.
Oh, yes.
So the audience is very smart, and then that's how I was able to get the applause.
No, it's true. And I think, it's funny, as you were just saying, the audience is smart. I think they've also, I only have one or two more questions. I know Jade has another question or two, but the reason I say that is I'm going to try and wrap this into one question, which has a little longer than one question. It's, if you look at the time you were dancing and having that moment, and then you look at today, the younger generation on TikTok and the dancing.
I'm sorry, I don't know if this is the question.
I never got the question. I guess I didn't.
You want subscribers or not? Don't even go there if you want subscribers, Victor.
Okay, so let me steer the question to different.
No,
I think I know how you really feel. No, let me switch to different.
feeling.
I need followers,
Yeah,
please.
okay, hold on. Let's flip it
I have
around.
a feeling you would give a very honest
Yes,
answer.
I know. That's why I was like, we're going to stop right now. What advice would you give? Because you've been classically trained. You really have honed your craft.
Exactly, earned.
And so where do you, with this next generation, because we are at I don't know if everybody gets it, is we are at such a moment right now. In the past few years, we've watched everything go on a streaming. We've watched the industry change dramatically. We have the strikes going on everywhere now. Mm-hmm. And we have this content, and then there's a new statistic talking about YouTube, and this new generation growing up I remember, and this is, everybody would watch Disney and their Disney movies, and now Disney's like this, all this user-generated content, the stuff we're doing right now, different things, projects, indie films are on the way up. So the reason I say that is we're in such a unique moment as entertainers, right? That's what this kind of shows. We're doing stuff we love. We're artists and we're entertainers. And the question is how do we take that and hand it to the next generation? Because technically, I think we have a broken model, right? It's like, you go back to, well, there were horses and then there were cars. And if you didn't get on the car movement, if you were making horse whips, you were out of business. And then became, obviously, records or tapes to records to CDs to now none of that exists.
Exactly.
So we're still, we will continue to grow. And I know everybody's petrified of AI. I don't think AI is the disruptor that everybody, we've had AI on our phones for years with maps and different things in search, but somehow now the marketing behind it is the thing and everybody's freaking out. And I understand there's reason, but we can embrace these technologies and use them to our advantage, because when I grew up, I couldn't make my own movie. It wasn't until I could get all these great red cameras and stuff we have, and they're all digital, and I can make a movie with a small crew. Before, it would have cost a fortune.
Yes.
So that's why I say, from your perspective, rather than trying to make it a negative.
Right. Well, positively, I think that the technology is moving forward at the speed of light. Mm-hmm. And like you said before, you couldn't do your own thing. So you have an iPhone now, you can create. Mm-hmm. And being able to be creative is a really positive thing. So you get a lot of people creating. Everyone is creating. The point is to create positively. That is the main thing. And when you can control what people are going to create, how can you do that?
Right.
I think that a few years from now, we might be able to learn more how to use social media in a positive way. It doesn't consume so much of our time, the time of the kids always being in their tablets or trying to learn choreos on TikTok. They really distract them from learning what they really need to learn in school. And I think it's really a matter of time where, like everything else, just like everything that is new, so new, it takes time for people to really, everybody gets excited, everybody wants to try it until like they get bored about it, and then the new thing comes up.
Right.
And the new thing comes up. And I really don't have a straight answer.
No,
but I think that, yes, I think it's out of control. Definitely it's out of control. I don't know where we're heading with all this. I hope that there is a silver line. I mean, there is a silver line.
Right, exactly.
And then it has a happy ending. I have TikTok, but I don't really use it. I was like, oh my God, I have to now have TikTok. Oh my God, now I have to have Threads.
So,
oh my God, now I have to have this. It just feels like work.
yeah.
Because it feels like, if you're like not doing it, then you're missing out.
The FOMO.
Missing out.
The FOMO, or the feel, everybody's so scared of missing out. And
You
that's like
cannot
the
missing
FOMO
out
is
because then
real.
it's like not existing. Hey, if you don't have Instagram, like, who are you? You don't post picture of this pisco sour, it's like it didn't happen.
It was practice.
You better take the picture of this or it didn't happen. Like, how? No.
It's funny you say that because
You
about
don't call anybody to tell I did
No,
this.
no.
You post on
Post it.
Instagram, post it on Facebook. That's it. So you need to have your social media because this is the new 20. You have to like 2023. It's
Right.
like, I don't like 2023. No, you have to like 2023. You have to like 2024. You have to like 2025. Whatever comes, you have to be in it.
Yep.
You have to have all the social media to download
It's
everything.
crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy. It's like, I love the old times where you need to go to somebody's house and knock on the door.
my gosh. Yes. You have to show up with a pisco sour and say hi.
Yeah, I love that. But now it's everybody's on their phone, and I do it too. It's just like everybody has like gonna have neck problems.
Oh my gosh, I know. Exactly.
Everybody's like, it's just.
It's a different.
It's a new world.
It is. It is.
And there is, many kids are like making tons of money. I'm 13 years old, 10 years old. That is just crazy. And all due to technology.
Yeah.
All due to technology. And so there is a lot of positive things. I just don't know where we are going.
I know. I threw too hard of it. All
secret.
right, Jade, go ahead. I'll let you. I know Jade wanted to ask about a current thing you have. Brand new news that just came in. There's a brand new project that we heard about in the other room that you said you can talk about.
Oh my God.
Top secret, brand new.
Top secret, brand new project. And Jade was like,
I forgot with the pisco sour.
She's having too much fun.
Okay. Oh, yes. Today was a significant day because I was able to bring together the producer and the director that the producer really wanted. His name is Manny Soto. He's a Cuban writer. And I was able to work with him in a documentary about my life and other Cuban people that came to the United States in different ways, very significant ways. And he won the Miami Film Festival as Manny Soto documentary, and he wrote the screenplay of the book of Betty Villamontes, and it's her life. And the film is going to be directed by a really well-known Cuban director. His name is not the pisco sour.
what happens toward the end of the podcast.
Lilo Villaplana. Lilo Villaplana. I don't know if you know about his films, Plantados.
Yes.
Well, Lilo is an amazing Cuban director. And now he did Plantadas for the women. The history of plantas and plantados. It was his first film.
Okay.
And he's going to be directing Walking on Zapata Street. It's the life of Betty Villamontes, written by Manny Soto, directed by Lilo Villaplana.
Well,
But I can tell you all the actors that are going to be. Maybe you should want to bring Manny Soto and Lilo to your podcast.
We need to get
I
them
can make
here.
it happen.
Let's make that happen. Tell me,
Yes.
you have an amazing cast, you were saying.
Yes, it's based on real life story, and I shouldn't say the name because what if?
What if something changes?
Sorry, something
Stay
changes.
tuned. There's big
Stay
news.
tuned.
Yes, exactly. We'll post another part of it. But yes,
Absolutely.
so we want to say congratulations.
Yeah.
Another
Thank you.
good project.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yes.
you. I'm so happy.
You should-
So
well-
happy. And the story also is very significant. It's going to be very rewarding as well because it's based on real life story.
I know those.
But I'm not an FBI agent. I'm
not
not an FBI agent. I'm not a homicide detective. I'm not policing anybody, but I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I'm a rebel for good reason, and it's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful written, and her book did very well.
That's great.
Of the writer is her life, so that is really nice. And but the story of Miami River Cops, that is really something.
I love it. All right. Well, I know we've gone on. With that said, I'm going to say, I'm going to toast to both of you and say this was amazing. So great getting to know this. I mean, we covered so much. And I want to say thank you because sharing your story really, as you said, going back to you were getting messages on Facebook and people going, I want to know more about you. This is a great way, and that's what I've noticed is I've been very fortunate to get people who have very great backstories to talk, and people are really genuinely motivated, and it's a incredible opportunity for them to see you interacting and seeing that they can achieve it as well. And so with that, I say thank you very much
yes.
to both of the ladies here.
Toast
And
to the
thus,
project
rest-
and the book and all the
Thank you,
amazing
I know
things.
there's so many wonderful things. Thank you both. And with that, I'm going to say like, subscribe, follow. No, I'm not actually going to say any of that. I'm just going to say post a comment. Please let us know what you think. This was so enjoyable. And with that, we will see you very soon.